Hello everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. So as you can see, like in my last video, I changed the layout. This is probably gonna be the last video that I film actually here. I am moving in not too long, and for the last thing I wanted to do in my house before I move is for sure something that's close to my heart, and that's my cat. You see, not long ago I did a video about a doll of myself. I thought that Tessa needed a video. She doesn't like being picked up. And for that, I'm gonna use a Acrylic, a wolf doll. There are a few reasons why. The first one is just because she has ears and she has a cute little nosy like a pup would have. I know she's a wolf and I know my cat is a cat, but I thought like for once I could like not kill a wolf by cutting its ears or doing anything with it. So I don't know if I'll ever do a cat project again or just like a project in general that will need the ears. So I'll probably still mutilate another wolf doll. So I was just like, for once we'll try to not mutilate one. And the other reason is, as you can see, my doll, she's just a bit smaller. I thought she could be like a cute little sister to my doll, or a cute friend, or just a sister or something like that, but a little one because she's so little. Anyway, so for the last time here in my house, let's go to the video. Okay, so I'm gonna start by stripping her while also saying that unfortunately for me, the setup has already changed. I thought by the time I would get to this video, I would at least have a month left, but no. So I'm in fact starting this project in the new place, which I don't really mind. In fact, the big part why I mind is because it gives you guys a lot of inconsistence. Inconsistence. I don't know how to say that in English. I'm so sorry. Also, all my stuff are all around the place. I'm trying to find in which box I put my stuff, and right now it's just a pain. So yeah, the background of this video is way more chaotic than it looks like, so you're gonna see why by the end of this video. Now, like usual, I start by cutting the hair. This time was a little bit more painful because even though I bought this doll secondhand, unlike Candy Cane, I do not have a double on my shelf. So cutting her beautiful hair on a new gen doll was painful. After cutting everything though, I dunked her in boiling water to remove her head. Also, since I could not find my cotton for my acetone, I used a little bit of Scud, and for once, I tried to print the face paint on the sheet. It was so funny. I'm also really struggling here since that's not what I usually use. I think my brain farted and only remember like 2 hours later that I own like 5 packs of Q-tip, which always work like a charm. Dude, it's like the first doll since December. This girl is rusty. Like usual, I'm gonna save the best for last. So I'm gonna start with the hair. This is the hair I bought for this project. I actually thought it was a little bit lighter. IRL, it looks like the hair of the Starbucks lady, but with a little bit more yellow in it. It makes it look more natural, so I'm not mad about it, but for the next couple video, I think my dolls are gonna be ginger. I just cannot justify buying weird colors when I have so much orange wig. Also, welcome to my new bathroom. My bathroom is less fancy but way bigger, so I thought I could show you how I do the hair. So the technique does change from time to time, but I always like to try to have a super hot water from the microwave that I pour or dunk her in, just to make sure that every strand was heated by the water. Then super quickly I pour cold water on her and set the strand. I do that multiple times and it could take a lot of repeats. So if you have patience, this step will for sure elevate your doll. So this is the elevated doll drying on a paintbrush. Another chaotic stuff that I had to figure out. I say elevated because I think I boiled her like 10 times instead of like 3. While she's drying in style, I decided to start on her clothes. It was hard to know what my cat would wear, but there's one thing that defines her really well, and that's the word guidon. For non-French speaker, a guidon for Google Translate is a slut or a whore, which is a big word for my cat. But she is an attention whore that likes to look at you and show her butt, and then drops on the floor for some scratches, which I adore. So guidon. It's like the cutest. Not better, but cuter, maybe. It's cute in French. It's not what you think. So I went on Pinterest and drew something that I thought a guidon would wear, and that's what I came up with. And the first step I'm gonna do is the white dress. And I bought this satin just for that. I really wanted this to feel flowy but also look chic. And now the chaos continue. I could not, for the love of God, find my crayon that I use on fabric, so I went with a marker. I don't recommend it. Like I thought when it was time to assemble the pieces, since satin is a little bit see-through, you could see the green shine through, unfortunately for me. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you on a little montage of me gluing and sewing this dress together. Okay, so for the next part, I really wanted to do an oversized coat. I had a little issue with that because in all the places where I know I can find doll pattern, none of it had oversized jacket like I wanted. So I did the only thing I thought was possible and I bought a pattern for human. I just tried to find the less expensive, less pieces of pattern that I could find and bought it. I then did some magic off cam and I came up with this size. I'm not gonna use every piece they provide, but one thing I had to not forget is the seams allowances, which are invisible at the scale, so I had to add them back in. So I traced everything, but when it was time for cutting, I added like half a centimeter everywhere just to be sure. Now, before I forget my little secret, like I said, my baby is a kitten. And I had the greatest idea ever. Did you ever see a shirt with the Guess logo on it? It's super sparkly and everything. Well, I needed that on this jacket. So here it comes. I love it so much. I think I want a kitten jacket for me now. Next thing I really wanted to add was jewelry. Tessa doesn't really wear a collar or anything else, for a matter of fact, which is really weird, but now that I think about it, I'm a jeweler with so many jewelry on me like 24/7, but my cat is super plain. I did make her a pearl necklaces when she was a baby, but that didn't stay long. So since her outfit is more on the cutesy style, I thought I could go with the sexy for the jewelry. So I started with a choker necklace that is going to be glued on her because don't ask me where my pliers are. With that, a long rectangle to cover her neckline, and this leg chain, which you can't really see with the dress, but still adds to the style I'm going for. It's now been 3 months since the last time I did a face paint, and it's also been the same amount of time for thinking how I was gonna do this face paint. So I'm sorry, I know I have some other stuff to do, but I'm going to start with the face paint now. So like always, I'm gonna start with the buildup of her makeup. Since I'm going with yellow and I want this to pop, I know I'll have to pass a couple of times for the color to be vibrant. Once that was okay, I could start adding her eye, which I thought was really funny because it ended up looking more like Cleo than Claudine, if you ask me. Technically, Cat and Egypt does go together, so unconsciously, I think I decided that she was going to look Egyptian. I'm also gonna take this time to say that it wasn't supposed to look like that. So Egyptian are not Gideon necessarily, okay? Just want to make that clear. Please don't come at me. For the last part, I'm gonna do her hair off cam, but I also took her old shoes and turned them into this. Now that this is done, we can go to the final shot.